According to a relationship therapist, and I'm just going to use that lightly.
Okay.
So she calls herself.
It's a woman.
It is
Well,
a
I call
woman.
myself a relationship expert.
Thank you. Case in point. Jason, thank you
We
for,
can all
for
say that,
backing me
can't
up
we?
on that one.
Not all of us.
That was perfect.
No,
Well,
I mean, we can all just. Yeah. No, Jason's very good at relationships. He's good with his interpersonal relationships, co-worker relationships. He's good at it.
Okay, there.
oh, God.
You stayed married though, so that's good.
You haven't. So
No, I
let's
know.
go. Nice.
I'm very aware.
I'm
of
not
it.
lashing out at you.
No,
I
I'm
just said
not.
not everybody.
Yeah.
All right. Well, according to a relationship therapist, she says that there are certain things that men care about, and there are certain things men do not care about.
Obviously.
Obviously. By the way, if you want to call us.
But women think they care about it.
But
right?
women, yeah. I mean, yes, women think, oh, this is
This will
going
impress
to,
a guy.
Yeah, going to impress
If you're
somebody.
a single woman, what do you think impress guys? What do you think? Like, if they only knew this or saw this, they would know that, there's something, that I'm a catch. 800-682-1075. And we can tell you our own opinion.
Sure.
Should you do the statement and we'll agree or not?
Absolutely.
Each of us?
Absolutely. These are the things that the relationship therapist says men don't care about at all when it comes to you, the female.
Okay.
Your career success.
I care.
Initially, I do not care at all. If
Okay.
I was single, I would not care. I wouldn't care
Yeah.
one bit. It just depends on how hot she was.
Okay.
But I think in the long run, when you're not making so much money, you care.
I think this is all initial.
This is okay.
This is all initial.
Initial.
stuff.
really?
Yeah, because
Don't
they're
care.
talking about like single
Nah,
people.
yeah.
Yes, like, I mean, you're presenting yourself and you're dating and you're trying. I mean, what are you doing when you're dating? You're trying to find your
Right.
match. You know,
Yeah.
so these are things that women think men care
Squid,
about.
what are you
but-
struggling with? If
No,
you see
I'm saying,
some
like-
smoking hot girl, you could care less.
Yeah, I'm agreeing, man. I might be curious as to what you do,
Yeah.
but as far as your success and what, I don't care.
Well, you don't care
Like,
about
nah.
hooking up or not. I'm like, for instance, that's not going to be any type of deal breaker whether or not you hook up or have the potential of dating. Yeah, you might find it's cool, like, oh, that girl's a nurse too. Oh, that's cool. But
Yeah.
you don't care initially, like that girl you were talking. Well, never mind. Go ahead.
What? And
That girl
Okay.
down the street you ran into.
well, yeah, I mean, yeah, like you could, I don't know. Like, I mean, my ex worked at Duke, and that was really cool. But
Yeah.
I mean, like, if she was just, I don't know,
working
was
like
a taxi cab
part-time
driver, I don't care. Like, I don't care. Like, whatever you want to do, I don't care.
Historically, I've been attracted to intelligent women who I think are successful, and that needs to end. I gotta find me a big time idiot,
Yeah,
Big old idiot.
yeah.
big
There are.
old dummy.
Yeah,
But they just go when they meet you, they're going through a mental fog, and then it comes back.
Yeah, it must be. It must be.
like this seems. Okay. The exception to the rule here.
But
I
I've
think,
always
but
been.
yeah, but
but
no,
yeah,
yeah,
but
yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying I
Yes.
won't. Like if some girl and she's super attractive, she's like, I'm fresh out of prison. I'm like, all right,
All right.
for a date or two,
Yeah.
for a date or two. But they're
Fine.
10. They're okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
you can guess that I do not agree with this because
Sure.
because the women are, and Jason, I'll just get it out of the way right now. Yes, I am 100% being
Feminist.
and a liberal here. Okay, because women, I know this is hard for you to believe, are people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
they're
like,
human
what?
beings, and so. To tell somebody no one cares about your career success is the worst thing I think you could say to somebody.
Katie, I
Yeah.
don't know if it's nobody cares, but I'm just looking at, I look and live sometimes through Squid. Squid goes out, right? We go down the street there. There's some girl on the deck, smoking hot. I don't think at that point he cares or not what she does for a living because she's so hot. Now, I will say this. Also, being younger, you don't know yet where they're
You don't.
They know where they're going,
don't.
and they could be in school, or they could, yeah.
Sure, but
But I think she was going to school to be a nurse. It was a win-win that you messed up. But go ahead.
I don't think I know about this
Yeah, I'll
one.
tell
Well,
you.
we
Is
were
that-
out the one time.
wasn't-
Squid and I were out one time, and this girl that was a huge fan of the show and went like nuts when she saw Squid, and then went a little more nuts when she saw me. Just 'cause I'm a bigger star than Squid right now, like Katie is. And Squid, he's low man. No, I'm just kidding. But she just went so much so that the bouncer was like, "If you don't, you need to be quiet or you're gonna have to leave." And she's a nurse too.
Yeah, I think
But
that
at first, he didn't care if she,
sure. The big, huge, over the top fan of the show, I think, is a red flag. I'll explain why later. Just so you know. Like, we like it, but it's a red flag.
Yeah.
Okay, another thing, and this is according to the dating expert who says men don't care about this at all, but women think that you might. Your busy social life. She says that men don't want to know how busy you are socializing and going places. They don't care.
That's true.
Right?
But I mean, that's going to affect
That's going to affect us.
though.
I think you absolutely should care about it, because what if you're really into going out and she doesn't want to go out? That's going to be the end of that.
Because in my mind, I think I'll get her out of her shell.
Yeah, that's what you think.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's
But
the
if she's
equivalent of the I'll fix him.
I'll fix him.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Or
Matt.
if she's too social, I'm like, all right, she's hooking up with one of like the 20
It's
dudes
too
she's
much,
around.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because you know what happens when you do start dating, and then like you guys want to have romantic nights in, or you want to go do things just the two of you, and then eventually you just find yourself sitting on the couch watching Netflix, and that's cool. But if you want to go out all the time, I think you should care. You should care.
I guess I took it as I don't care about the detail, like, oh, so you went here. Okay.
Yeah.
Boring.
I don't. She just says your busy social life.
I got you.
That
Okay.
men don't
All
care
right.
about that. Another thing that the dating expert says that men don't care about.
But women think impress men, right?
Yes, but women think impress men. Your academic achievement. Now this goes with career success, but your academic achievement meaning I graduated from college, or I got my doctorate, or I got my master's,
or I can read.
I can read.
Yeah.
Yes, you know.
Yeah. I don't care.
Again, don't agree with it.
I think
think you
initially you.
yeah,
I think
don't.
initially you don't care.
Okay.
I think that's impressive
based
later.
On, okay.
I think initially, I think it's kind of like you said, the career thing.
If it's just about hooking up, it doesn't matter. But before there's a relationship,
Then it
matters.
does. Then
Okay.
it does.
Yeah, but then when you're about to
don't
hook up, Matt, like for instance, a lot of times when you meet somebody, it's you don't know. Guys could either go with the hookup or go for the possible relationship. They just think you're hot enough to do either. At that point, it still doesn't kick in right about their schooling. And if you're getting along and you have a connection with each other, are you really impressed whether or not her schooling or career at that point?
Yeah.
I would
don't
be.
care.
But then if she makes her own money, Matt, then she's more likely she could just leave you and doesn't need you.
Yeah.
That's on you. That's your insecurity.
You gotta find somebody that will stay with you for your money.
No, I mean,
That's not why you want him to stay.
Yeah, it's true. It's called true love.
No.
It's called true
No.
love.
The other thing that the dating expert says that men find not important: financial status and how rich your parents are.
I think sometimes if the parents are rich, it could be a red flag.
I think you know that now.
Yeah. No, I mean, yeah.
Right?
No, I'm not
All your
talking
plans
about.
backfire.
I'm not talking about anybody in particular. I'm just saying. I think the way they grew up can be a red flag.
because they got it
Yeah.
handed to them.
And I seriously am not talking about anybody but if somebody, because actually I don't know anybody that grew up rich their whole life.
Their whole life.
But people who grew up rich their whole life, not necessarily, but they could be used to. You can't impress them.
No, yeah.
Like I think of somebody that
like so desensitized.
Yes.
by
Yeah,
everything.
they've been everywhere in the world, and you're like, hey, you want to go to South Myrtle? And they're like, ugh.
Yeah.
They're like, what?
Hell no.
Oh, yeah.
Even
Right.
Katie probably now at this point, but Katie didn't grow up rich.
I mean,
But if you grew up super rich and you're in Aruba, and then you're in Hawaii, and
That's
then you're
true.
in
Yeah.
you're in Spain, you know, when you're younger,
Yeah.
it's hard to impress.
We're going
Yeah.
to Pigeon
And I feel
Forge this weekend. You coming?
like,
No,
Yeah.
no, I'm going to Hawaii. You know.
yeah,
the
yeah.
other thing too that is the worst is like when somebody who, like, for instance, actually my husband didn't travel outside of the country before we were married, but like if you ever find out that they went somewhere with someone else, you're like, oh,
Yeah.
is this as much fun as the first time?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Guess not. I don't know. Did you and so do this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably
You know, you're
more.
just, but I think that
Yeah.
happens a lot.
It happens a lot, especially
It's
like if you're in this area,
Mhm.
for example, you're going to go to Myrtle Beach. You're going to
Right.
go to Wilmington to go to the beach.
We've all been there.
You're going to go to Wet and Wild Emerald Point. You're going to go to the Greensboro Coliseum. I mean,
to
there's
a Greensboro
grasshoppers.
Grasshoppers game.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's
Right.
like there's only so many things to do
Yeah, exactly.
that you can't say, well, did you ever do that? You're like, well, of course.
Yeah. Like, oh, you've been to Applebee's?
Going on Battlegrounds?
What?
I was special.
Oh my
Like, we're
God,
at
how dare you?
Applebee's. Clearly, you're not special. Squid.
Whoa. We're not taking Applebee's slander here.
No, we're not.
Yeah.
We,
yeah.
we like the
Yeah,
Applebee's.
Of course we do.
But I feel like there's a point where once you grew up so wealthy, there's like this out of touchness that like there's no way I can relate to you. So it's like if you're too wealthy and you've been and done seen everything, like if you can't get ratchet and then that's scary and weird for you, like no, like I don't want to be around you.
Sometimes the girl will want to be the girl, kind of like what Matt said, the fixer upper in a way, but she wants to show you what you've been missing because she feels bad. But then after a while, it's like, okay, I'm over this.
Uh-huh.
You see what I mean? It's
Yeah,
like they always want that
Mhm.
fit, but then after a while, they're just over it because
Yeah.
they're just on a different level.
Yeah.
There are a couple more things that the dating expert says men do not care about at all. I'll tell you why they say your independence doesn't matter. God, this is the worst message to all females. That's next.